a Schwartz.
Growing up Schwartz.
Growing up Schwartz meant that you had to have a basement and it had to be finished because all entertainment and parties happen in the basement. Growing up Schwartz meant having special food only once a year.
Oh gosh, food. That was an essential part of our family gatherings, especially the patsies from Aunt Lynette or the garlic pork that we only got once a year because Mommy would never make it for us. Just food, the cheese straws, just everything. We just used to gorge ourselves.
Roti and curry, garlic pork, and Aunt Lynette's beef patties. Growing up Schwartz also meant fighting over Aunt Lynette's beef patties. And even though I'm a vegetarian, I'm probably still going to eat one.
Blood pudding, patties, lots of mangoes from Aunt Yvonne.
Growing up Schwartz meant spending time with family, especially at Christmas time, traveling to DC and Baltimore and hanging out with everyone and getting to see all family.
My favorite memories are probably when we went and visited every December, and Uncle Ronald and Aunt Veston would have their annual anniversary party, and it was just everybody getting together and laughing and eating and dancing and just goofing around, and it was great.
Hello Schwartz family, me and Mitch. So you wanted to know about the meaning behind the last name.
Does it mean blacksmith?
My first memory was, I guess in middle school when I was supposed to look up the meaning of the name Schwartz. So I never really knew the meaning until I had to look it up for a school project. So it was very interesting. I knew it was of German Jewish descent. Don't really have any negative, but everyone always said I had an interesting last name, which meant black. So,
All right, one of the last things I wanted to try to do was to advance the last name of Schwartz. But apparently with my two daughters, my wife didn't help me out at all. And my wife will probably blame me for not being able to help her out. But so one of my goals is for my two daughters. I want you to become super successful, which I know that it's going to happen. And when you get married, hyphenate your name so that Schwartz can continue to carry on.
I love being a Schwartz. I'm a Mitchell now, so, but I still carry the maiden name of Schwartz, and I'm proud of it. So,
I love my niece very, very much. They make good food, they're nice, they're playful, and they're funny, and they're really fun to be with.
The first time I realized something was different about, I guess, the Schwartzes was when Melissa and I had been talking for a little while, and I went over to their house to meet her parents for the first time. And when I got there, her mom wasn't there yet, and she came in the house from the store with Kaylin, Michelle, and I heard her coming in the house, and she said, Go get your lazy butt out to the car and get the groceries. And I was like, oh, your mom's funny, I like her accent. And Melissa said, what accent? And so then I realized that, you know, the family was from Guyana, and I thought that was pretty interesting.
Fun. We always had fun when we got together.
You guys are hilarious to me, but I love you.
The funniest thing that I can remember is when my mom got together with her brothers and sisters, and they would just sit at the table and eat nuts. It was just nuts and laughs and lots of gas. It was so much gas.
And it's funny because Melissa jokes about the Schwartz gas, but she's a Schwartz too.
Being a Schwartz means to be hardworking and well educated. The Schwartz family loves to laugh, have fun, and loves God.
For me, the last name Schwartz portrays respect and high expectation. One thing I loved growing up was the uniqueness of my last name. How people who didn't know me always took a second glance because they never was quite sure how my last name matched with my face.
Mitch can tell you what he thought when he knew my last name was Schwartz.
I thought white. I thought I was getting with an interracial girl, and my family would not be pleased. I was surprised that two black parents came to the graduation.
So I wasn't born a Schwartz, but I guess I kind of married into the family. And I can remember the first time I realized what the name was, because when Melissa and I were dating in high school, and I found out her name was Hazlip, and I thought that was strange. But then she said, oh, no, well, my mom's maiden name is Schwartz. And I said, well, that's not much better.
Now, for people who knew of Schwartz, whether it's through my family members, my aunts, or my uncles, it was a sense of high expectations.
Growing up Schwartz meant having lots and lots of cousins. Some of them, I don't know if they are my cousins. I don't know their names. And to be honest, I still don't know which one is Chris and which one is Junior.
There was one incident in particular where I would go into a place that knew my mom or knew my parents, and that they were saying, oh wow, they were such great people and you must be a great person just because of how great they were. And that was a lot of pressure, a lot of high expectations to make sure I always did the right thing, or at least I didn't get caught doing the wrong thing. And another incident I was also proud of was when I was in the metro and I ran across a gentleman in the military, and he said that he was part of the National Guard. And I said, oh, I know. I have a family member who's in the National Guard. He's like, oh, what's his name? Errol Schwartz. Commander Errol Schwartz? It's like, yeah, I guess. It's like, oh man, he is such a great person, and I think he's has so much respect for him and love for his family, and you must be a great guy being related to him. And so that made me feel real good just to be able to carry the name Schwartz.
The other thing about the Schwartzes is, and I tell Melissa all the time, she has the coolest uncles in the world. The Schwartz men are just, just untouchable, just so cool, and, just great to be around. And I thought that was always really, really interesting.
Just having that sense of family, I guess.
And I love them, and I want to be with them more often.
So one of the biggest things I would love to do is to make sure the name that I represent will be carried on to my children, and that they will be able to wear it as a badge of pride and honor.
When I think about the name Schwartz, I just think about my family, think about my mom. If my mom were still here, she would absolutely love the way that her family is progressing and growing with all of my cousins having kids, and now her siblings being grandparents and just aging together. I know she misses that a lot. We miss having her here, and it would make all the difference, but I'm so proud of the family that we are.
You guys accepted me, I appreciate that, and let's keep these memories rolling.
Bye.
Yeah! Say bye, Carson. Say bye, Carson. Say bye, Carson.
Bye.
Drawing all the natural resources and breeze. When I looked up, there was nothing for me